everyone. Welcome to the Boss Babe Business Show. I am your host, Katan, and tonight we're going to be talking everything small businesses. So we have some small business resources. I'm going to be sharing some tools. We'll also be interviewing some amazing small business owners, and I'll be shouting out some of the brands that are featured in our Boss Babe blog business directory. So before we get started, as you all know, I always have to shout out the small businesses that I am repping and rocking tonight. So I'm going to start with my skincare coming from My Beauty Coach, aka NBC.click. I'm going to move to my hand jewelry. So this is a beautiful handpiece that is actually stretchy. I have very tiny wrists, but I'm really loving the fact that it's not falling all over the place on me. And it's a really beautiful bead coming from Inspirational Crafts. So it attaches to the ring. There's like a ring that you put on, and then it stretches onto your wrist. So I really do love these. And you can find them at Inspirational Crafts, another business that's featured in our business directory. My eyeshadow is coming from Peachy Beauty Collection. So if you're looking for some eyeshadow of all different shades and colors, bold and neutral, you can go to Peachy Beauty Collection. And then my earrings are coming from Anotherness Boutique. So you can go to anotherness.com. There's some nice simple hoops that are very versatile. And last but never least, well, actually I have two more brands. So my hoodie, my boss is coming from bossbabeblog.com. We now have this available in different colors. So if you're looking for a black, we have that. We have a purple, a royal purple, and we're also going to have a really nice blue. So you can find those there. And for right now, if you decide to purchase a Boss hoodie, you can receive a free drawstring bag with your purchase complimentary. And the drawstring bag is going to say Boss on it as well. If you're loving my lip care, all lip care, you can find it at two brands. Number one, Belle Lorraine Cosmetics, and number two, Gloss World LLC. So right now I am rocking this shiny lip gloss with sparkles on it from Belle Lorraine Cosmetics. It's a light pink shade, but because I'm wearing the black lipstick, you can't really see it as much, but I'm really, really loving it. And I think that it's a beautiful addition, especially if you're wearing matte lipstick. I'm also wearing my lip balm coming from Gloss World LLC, where they provide natural lip glosses and natural lip balms. And this is a brand owned by a young entrepreneur. So just to roll it all back so I can make this short for my reel, we got my eyeshadow, Peachy Beauty Collection. Lips, lip wear, lip care is coming from Gloss World LLC. And then we also have Belle Lorraine Cosmetics. My hoodie is coming from bossbabeblog.com. My hand jewelry is coming from Inspirational Crafts. My earrings are coming from Anotherness Boutique, and my skincare is coming from NBC.click. So I will be tagging some of those business owners after this live is over, and those brands that I just mentioned, if you would like to go and shop for yourself. But if you don't get a chance to check out the tags, you can always head straight to bossbabeblog.com and click on the small business directory, and you'll see all the brands that I just listed. So I'm really excited for tonight's show because I'm going to be sharing some resources like I stated earlier, but I'm also going to be doing a free gift giveaway after this live for our Aromatic April event. So stay tuned. This will be a fast-paced show, and then we're going to move into our second event towards the evening. So if you are needing assistance with following along on these shows, you just like to be able to follow along, or you enjoy the organization, I am going to copy and paste a link for you. And I'm going to drop it in the comments for everyone that needs this. Okay, so I just dropped the link in the comments, everyone. If you need it, you can look. That's the list of everything we're going to talk about tonight. And then I'm also going to shout out some of the small business owners that are featured in our directory who happen to be on the live tonight. So right now we have Miriam from Travel with MJ. Travel with MJ just recently did a podcast with us, and our podcast will actually be launching tonight. So if you are interested in listening to that, it's about the question of what is one thing that you would share feedback-wise with another small business owner that you sometimes don't, or you just hold back on to avoid confrontation, or the things that kind of come with giving feedback sometimes, because everyone is not receptive to it sometimes, even when they ask for it. So I've received a lot of feedback from small business owners and small business shoppers who have shopped with other individuals on things that maybe they would like to see change in the future. And they didn't necessarily go and address that person directly in the beginning because of being afraid of how things were going to turn out or worrying about how they were going to react to it. So in this podcast, we have 4 amazing business owners giving it to you raw, just telling you the truth about some of the things that, come off unprofessional, or some of the things that maybe they want to tell another business owner for feedback, but they haven't. just to avoid that extra confrontation and stress that's not really needed. So if you're wanting that feedback and insight, I highly recommend checking it out. And then the interview that I did with MJ that is going to be launching tonight, we actually talked about why people have an issue with saying no. So this is a problem not just in business. It's something that I think a lot of people deal with because we oftentimes want to help people as much as we can. So the question that I asked was, why do people have a hard time saying no? Why do you feel like they have a hard time saying no, number one? And number two, what is one solution that you can provide for someone that's going through this, right? Because it's one thing to talk about the problem, but it's another thing to come up with solutions on how we can make things better for people in the future. So those are the things that we'll be discussing. But I do want to go ahead and shout out one more time, Travel with MJ. So thank you for joining us, Miriam. She is the owner of Travel with MJ. You can check her out on our Boss Babe blog, Business Directory. And we also have She Cute Boutique joining us tonight. So thank you so much, She Cute Boutique. Shout out to you. If you're looking for accessories, if you're looking for apparel, you can check out She Cute Boutique. They have some really awesome selections for you. And they love, love, love taking care of anyone who loves fashion, style, and anything that revolves around empowering yourself to look the best and feel the best. Okay. All right. So now we're going to go ahead and get started. Oh, we got another one. So hello, Davita. Thanks for joining us. I have on the beautiful hand jewelry that I ordered from you, and I absolutely love it. And I saw the pictures that you posted of them. Guys, you got to check out Inspirational Crafts because she just posted some new styles like this that are black and white. And it's just so sleek. Love it. So I'm loving this forever. But yes, she's the owner of Inspirational Crafts. You can find them at our business directory as well. All righty. So I think I shouted out everyone. Thank you very much, She Cute Boots. This is coming from Davita Inspirational Crafts. So that is the brand that's featured in our business directory. You. I'm really loving it. And get this, I was doing all these fancy TikToks and whatever you want to call them, Instagram dances and stuff, only to find out that they were going to take my audio away. So I was doing all the little hand movements and stuff so y'all can really see how cute this was on me. And about 30 seconds later, I got a notification saying that my audio has been removed. So all you see is this. You don't hear the music. So I had to take that down. We will be putting up some new music soon, but it was something that was on Instagram, but for some reason they took it down. So I'm guessing it was a temporary sound. Yeah, I was really, really laughing after I saw that. But okay, guys, so let's go ahead and get started with some of the topics that I have tonight. The first topic that I'm talking about is the free 30-minute business promotion consultation. So if you are a small business owner and you are looking to have your business promoted, or you're just trying to find new ways to promote your brand and you have a certain budget, or you're not looking to spend anything, I highly recommend this free 30-minute business promotion consultation. One person that is watching this live will win this free business promotion consultation. It's 30 minutes long, as I stated, and all you need to do to win this is share this live and drop a heart in the comments. That's all you got to do. Share the live and drop a heart in the comments. Do those two things and earn a chance to win this consultation. And in this consultation, we can discuss some of the things that you are having issues with now, maybe some of the places that you want to be in the future. So what are your goals for promoting your business? How much further would you like to expand within the first month? What are realistic goals, and what are things that you can be doing to achieve those? And I can also give you some insight as to what has helped me. So a little bit of background behind me. You know, I'm a business owner. I have 4 different brands. I'm also a business coach. So I focus on bossbabeblog.com with promoting small businesses and highlighting amazing brands that are in the US. And then at NBC.click, I focus on self-investment, whether that be social media management, whether that be web design, any of those services that can help you elevate your brand. So I've been doing this for quite some time. And some of the achievements that I've been able to celebrate is that now with my newest blog, we've already reached past 1.4K views. We've got past 30K exposure. We reached 30K people on our Boss Babe blog Facebook business page. And we've also been ranked as the top trending on Instagram, even though we had 100 followers. So the biggest question that people ask me when it comes to business promotion is, do I have to have 1 million followers to gain sales, or to gain support, or to gain engagement? And the answer is absolutely not, because I was able to reach 30,000 people without spending any money on paid ads. I just started utilizing paid ads. But before that, I was doing all of my advertising, promoting, and marketing myself without any paid ads. And I reached 30,000 people on Facebook within 1 month. Hear me? Let me know. Let me know if you can hear me okay in the comments. But yeah, so I had 900 followers. So it's very much possible for you to do that. And you can very well reach high quality clients without having a million followers on your Instagram page or on your social media pages. So if you're wanting some assistance and guidance in that way, I can definitely help you out. All right, moving on. So just in case you're hopping on a little bit later, make sure you share this live, drop a heart in the comments. So far, it looks like we have one business owner who has an opportunity to win this free business promotion consultation. Miriam, thank you so much. You are awesome. And thank you so much for tagging, Davita. You are awesome. And thank you. Thank you. I'm really excited for what's to come with bossbabeblog.com. We have our first campaign coming up. So we've already started one. It's called #Colors of the Boss Bo. So I'll be showing off one color each time. And so right now the color is black because we're showcasing the Black Boss hoodie. I'll be sharing an affirmation surrounded around this color. We'll have a little bit of story time. I'll be sharing some style visualizers, just showing off the product as well, and also showcasing other brands that are featured in our business directory with that color. And then we're going to move to the next color, which will most likely be blue. So this campaign will be going on for quite some time, but then we also have another campaign coming up. So if you are a business owner featured in our business directory already, you may have received a free invite. I selected a certain amount of business owners, sent them a free invite to be a part of this advertising campaign. So you already received the instructions, the invitation on how you can be a part of it. And if you don't know if you've gotten your invitation, check your email and check your business resource portal, which is available to everyone, whether you are in the directory or not. Okay, so let's talk about it, guys. Topic of the night. Do you strive for mutualism in your relationships? That's the question that I want to ask everyone. Do you strive for mutualism? And how do you let go if you don't see it? Or how do you react if you don't see the mutualism that you're striving for in your relationships? So when I'm talking relationships, I'm not just talking about dating. I'm not just talking about business. I mean overall. So that can be dating. It can be family. It can be business. Any relationship where you're building something with another individual, partnership, you name it. But do you strive for mutualism? And I'm pretty sure everyone knows what mutualism is, but just in case you don't know or you just need a refresh, it simply means a relationship where both parties are benefiting. So in one of my podcasts, I talk about the concept and the topic of mutualism and how important it is and what kind of relationships I strive for as a business owner who's always trying to elevate and get to the next level. And so one thing that I say is that I stay away from parasitic relationships. And if you go all the way back to science, biology, and your teacher talking to you about mutualism and, parasites, even though it sounds, a little dirty, parasites and parasitic relationships just means a relationship where one party is benefiting and one party is hurting. So, for example, maybe having a tapeworm or some kind of parasite that's attached onto you where it's just draining and sucking all of your nutrients and you're not really getting anything back from that and it's hurting you. So I try to really look at that and think about that when I'm, basically deciding on my relationships in my life. So I wanted to ask other people, do you strive for mutualism in your relationships, or is that something that is not as important to you? And then another thing, how do you go about it if you're not receiving that? Because I think everyone's perspective and everyone's take on it is different. So I'd love to hear everyone's, opinions. So feel free to drop it in the comments and let me know what you think. All right. So let's see, we have Miriam from Travel with MJ, and she said, I strive for mutualism. If I don't see that, I am getting that, I will cut it off. So snip, snip. All right, good to know. Thank you. Shout out Travel with MJ. We have Davita, most definitely. Otherwise, I feel used and drained. And I think that's awesome verbiage to explain this topic. So Davita is representing Inspirational Crafts. And I keep talking about this topic because in business, one of the biggest things that I'm getting from my clients is that they're trying to take things off of their plate. They want things to be easier. They want things to be smoother. So back to that topic of being able to say no and learning how to step back, because everything is not for you and you are not for everyone. When you know that someone is your client, you just know in your heart, and you're going to listen. You're going to hear about that in our podcast tonight. Me and MJ went in, so you can make sure you stay tuned for that. But when someone is your client and when they're your tribe and they understand what you have to bring to the table, and you can tell when something's off and maybe you shouldn't do it or you should step back. And whether or not you listen to your gut is usually what determines the result, afterwards. So I talk about this because we have business owners who are trying to cater to everyone when everyone is not their target audience, trying to be there and be accessible to everyone when everyone should not have access to you. And if they do have access to you, it should be exclusive, it should be valued, and it should be appreciated. So this topic, even though it sounds so simple, it's so complex, and so many people are struggling with this when it comes to elevating their business. So learning how to stick to their guidelines, learning how to stick to their policy, learning how to stick to their time that they said they're going to work, learning how to stay away from those outside business hours, learning how to not answer text messages about stuff that you're supposed to be talking about on a business line during a professional and organized business environment. So I wanted to bring this up and keep talking about this to remind anyone out there who's working to build their brand or already expanding their brand to keep staying true to what it is that is right for your business, what it is that is right for your life, and make sure that you're aligning those so that you have harmony and it's balance. People who are for mutually supporting you and you guys mutually thriving instead of them just taking. Because even with clients, you're giving something, they're taking something, but it's give take, it's give, like we're both supporting each other some way. The clients are purchasing with you, they're investing in your business, and you're providing a product or a service. So that is why I always talk about that. But if you have any different opinions, I'd love to hear them in the comments. We always love awesome dialogue here at the Boss Babe Business Show. All right. Davita said, I communicate, and if that doesn't change, bye. Yeah, that's definitely pretty much it. For me personally, what I've learned is that in business, it's great to have communication before you get started with whatever it is you want to execute. So if you want to partner with someone, make a list of your expectations and make a list of everything that you're providing, and then share that with them first. And don't pressure them to commit. Let them go and look at it. And if they decide to sign up or, book or whatever it is, they can do that on their own time and be accountable for how they want to move forward. But trying to force things that aren't necessarily needed when you know that this isn't the right fit, it turns out badly. And then also not communicating clearly before we partner and understanding what both parties are looking for can also turn out badly. And I think that's in business and in relationships too. All right, so let's move to the next topic tonight, guys. We're going to go ahead and talk about Boss Mama May. So I talked about this just a little bit last time, but we have Boss Mama May coming up. So if you are a business owner that is already in our business directory, it is $5 to be a part of this event. But basically, I want people to come on and share one inspirational tip or tool that they learned from their mother, whether it be biological, whether it be, non-biological mother. But one tip or inspirational piece of advice that you received from your mother, share it with the audience. And then at the end, everyone's going to get an opportunity to share their favorite tip or their favorite piece of the show. And that person will also win $50. So it's an opportunity for you to come on, advertise your business, share some inspirational insight. And like I said before, it's very dear to me because I definitely love mothers. I come from a single mother who worked very hard for me to be where I am today and to achieve the things that I'm achieving. So she's instilled so much into me as far as just having that consistency, having that backbone, knowing my worth, having that drive and that hard work. I wouldn't have those things if it wasn't for her. And so I wanted to be able to share some of the lessons that I've learned from an amazing mother who also happened to be a business owner. Your mother doesn't have to be a business owner for you to be a part of this event. But if you are already featured in the business directory, this event will be promoted on all of our platforms. So all social media platforms, our Instagram as well. We will also be streaming this live on all of our platforms. And then once it is ended, we'll be placing this on our website as well. So the live will be available on our website for the entire year. So this will be extra exposure for your brand. And if you are a business owner who is not already in our directory, but you would like to be a part of this event, the fee wouldn't be $5 for you. It would be $35 for you. But what you're paying for is $5 to join the event. And then you're paying $30 to become a part of our business directory for the entire year. So that's $2.50 per month. All right, moving on. So the next thing we have is our motivational webinar. I just wanted to make sure I sent out some updates, guys. I still have 4 shirts available. So if you have not already booked a ticket to my motivational webinar, go ahead and do that. The next 4 individuals to book a ticket at the motivational webinar will win a free shirt that says "You Don't Give In." So it's a logo tee that matches the name of the webinar. And this webinar is taking place on December 31st of this year. It's going to be towards the end of the year, right before we get ready to go into the new year. And it's going to start, I believe, at 5:30 p.m. Central Time. And this is going to be an hour long, and I'm going to be discussing 10 different topics. So it is basically dedicated to giving you that refresh, that jump, that jolt of energy that you need for the new year, and letting you hear those things that maybe you already heard, or maybe you just need a refresh on. Some of them might be new, but we're talking about motivational and mental boosting topics. This isn't necessarily just for business. So this will be my first motivational event where we're strictly talking about that. So if you're interested, make sure you take advantage. I'd love to have you all there. It's going to be a private room. And it's going to be filled with some awesome business owners. And towards the end, I want to give each business owner an opportunity to step up and share something motivational about their journey as well. So if you'd like to be a part of this event, it is $10. You can book your ticket. The link was already sent in the beginning of this live, but what I'll do is I'll be posting about it on this page as well. So if you have any questions on that, you can just check out our Facebook business page, or you can go to our website and contact us there. All right, moving on to the next topic tonight. Okay, so tonight you're going to see a podcast between me and MJ, the owner of Travel with MJ. And like I said, we're talking about why is it so hard for people to say no in business, in life, in general. And what are some solutions, right? I don't want to just be the person who's always complaining about an issue or a problem. I want to be the person that decides to be the change that they want to see. And I want to be the person that's providing solutions and not just negativity in this world. We have enough of it, right? So even though we're going to laugh, we're going to clown, there's going to be some joking in there, we're still going to offer some real solutions that are going to help you if you're a business owner trying to get past that stage, or trying to stay consistent. Because I've been finding that a lot of people have started it, but it's very hard to keep it going. Like, okay, I know that I said I wasn't going to give any extra discount, but dang it, I told her that I had a sale, or I told her I had a discount. Just being consistent with that. And part of that comes from the structure of your business, understanding that there's going to be a different role in your business, and you're here to play one role of one at a time. So if you are the CEO, you are the CEO. If you need someone to be a sales associate, you hire or contract a sales associate. These things will come. And if you're the only person running your business, you need to write. So if you're wanting more insight on that topic, all you need to do is stay tuned. I believe around 8:45, our podcast will be going live tonight on this page. All right, moving on to the next thing. Let me make sure I'm not missing any opportunities. Yes. So if you want to be a part of this podcast, all you need to do is become a deluxe member of our business directory. And I'm going to have some group podcast interviews. We'll be talking about a whole bunch of different topics. We'll be talking about supporting your community. We'll be talking about saying no. We'll be talking about knowing your worth. We'll be talking about elevating in business, big lessons that you've learned, big resources that you've been able to stumble across, services that you're providing. So in these group podcast interviews, it's going to be a really fun time. And if you haven't already listened to season 16, episode 6, you need to go listen to it. That is the one with me, MJ, the owner of Travel with MJ, Vanya from Vanya's Travel Squad, and Leslie from L Little Financial Services. And we are really in there just having a good time, laughing, goofing around, but giving out some real insight to business owners who may need to hear it. All right, we are moving to the next part. Okay, so tonight I'm going to be interviewing some awesome business owners. But before we start, let me make sure I'm letting everybody know what holidays we have coming up, just in case you're someone who likes to celebrate holidays, or you just want to know what's going on. So if you are a shopper, this will be great for you, because if you celebrate any of these holidays, you're welcome. I have a little reminder for you. And if you are a business owner, this will be great for you, because if you want to do any kind of promo or sale or product dedicated to these holidays, you can still do that. Okay, so the first holiday that we're going to talk about is National Laundry Day. That is on April 15th. So business owners, if you have products that you want to shout out for that, make sure you get ready. On April 15th, it is also Husband Appreciation Day. So we have some brands that are going to talk about some products that are great for your hubby or your husband. Then on April 22nd, we have National Earth Day. So if you are thinking that you need some products for that are earth friendly, or you have products that are earth friendly, go ahead and start prepping to create those flyers and stuff. Then we're going to have World Book Day, which is on April 23rd. And then we're going to have Lover's Day, which is on April 23rd as well. So if you have any products that match those holidays, make sure you're preparing. And if you're someone who's interested in products that match some of those holidays. I'm going to be interviewing some unique business owners tonight, and we have a diverse selection of brands. So let me go ahead and bring on our first business owner. So this business owner is coming on to talk about her products that she creates and she sells. So I'm extremely excited that we were able to run into each other. I'm going to bring her on the live, and you guys will hear from her shortly. Hello, hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. I'm really excited that you're here. And why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and then tell us why you decided to start your business?
For sure. So I'm Shayna Sanders, and my business is Inyala's Creations. I am an artist. It is my middle name backwards. I know a lot of people ask, like, why did you pick that? But I started my business because I like to paint and create things and share like how it helps with my mental health, and hopefully that helps other people. And I also like to see just the differences that people see in my art, and just, have a nice conversation about art. I feel like everybody should find something that makes them happy, and art makes me happy. So
I like that you said that because you actually gave me a memory of when I was younger, we would go outside and my mom would always like pick take a random thing and she'd be like, "What do you see in that?" And then I would tell her what I saw, and then she would tell me what she saw, and I'm like, "Oh, two completely different things." And she's also an artist, so she's where I got a lot of my skills from. So her art did the same thing. Like she loved to see how people had a completely different perspective, but for the same painting or for the same art. And then I love the fact that you talk about the importance of art for mental health, because it definitely can be a stress reliever. And I think that it works for all ages, and people sometimes forget that. So no matter how young you are, no matter how old you are, art is a really great way to express yourself and just kind of, be at peace and relax. My art is, painting, drawing, and things like that. But people who don't do it don't understand how calm it can be. Unless you're someone who might be a little impatient. Now, if you're impatient, you might give up on painting after a little while. But there's different forms of art.
I feel like there's different forms. Like if you're impatient, you can be like really messy, do something fluid, do something that's just a lot, just have it everywhere. So I feel like everybody can do some type of art.
I agree. I agree. So, why don't you share with us the products that you wanted to showcase tonight?
Sure. So I have three different types of art. I've been, testing out which ones I like the most this year. But I want to start first with my acrylic piece. I usually paint on acrylic, like canvas on acrylic, and things like that. And I do not like to waste my paint, because paint is not cheap. But I also do stuff. I'm just like, let me pick some colors, throw it on the canvas, and this piece is one of those things that came out of it. So I do a lot of florals. I
Ooh.
like flowers for some reason. So
Let me
I
see if
made
I
a
can zoom
bigger
in.
one too. Yeah, for sure.
Let's see. Oh no, that's zooming me in. Oh, I can't zoom you in. Man, that looks so good.
Okay.
Can you bring it a little closer to the camera for me?
Yeah, for sure. So there's like some gold, and I love gold accents. Um, very just some extra things that, I was like, let me put some paint on the canvas. And this is one of the pieces that I have kept for a very long time, actually. And I have a bigger one, and I think I'm gonna make it a print soon. So prints
I
will
think I
be
took myself
something.
off live, so I need you to repeat that for me, Shayna. I don't want anybody to miss out. So you said you added some gold for a gold accent.
Yes, I love gold. I
Okay.
love metallic anything. Like a lot of my pieces have metallic. If it's silver, if it's gold. I found a lot of other type of metallics. Like I have like a red and a yellow and a blue. Like it's a lot. I love metallic colors. It just gives that extra pop. As you can see, my nails are actually metallic right now.
Oh,
So
nice.
I really do love it. But yeah, that piece, I was just like, let me just throw it on the canvas, and that's what came out of it. And I like that about art. Like I'm not trying to always make something specific, and I'm just like, this is how it's gonna go, and it comes out really cool.
I love that. So what's the next piece that you have for us tonight?
Yeah. So, like I said, I'm trying different things. So in January, I did fluid work, which is just a little bit runny of a paint, and I'm actually doing with home paints. And it's been interesting.
Okay.
So this is the piece that I made here.
Nice. Ooh.
So you can
How much
see.
is that piece? You know
Yeah.
off the top of your head?
How what? One more time.
You know how much that is off the top of your head?
How much? I don't charge a lot of things. So this is actually part of a five-piece set in different sizes. So this piece is about, I want to say 8 by 11. So this
Okay.
piece by itself would probably run like $60 from me.
Okay. Okay.
And
Good.
yeah, I like the fluid. I feel like fluid art is a lot of being messy as a kid. And it was perfect for January because I was stuck in the house because it was cold. But I got to like my art studio is all covered in paint right now. But I really very much enjoy making a lot of fluid pieces. I have some bigger ones. I have one that's on a 2 foot by 4 foot, and I got really messy. There was paint in my hair and my glasses, and yeah, it was fun though. But I like playing with black and white colors and things like that. Just trying to see the differences. So I like
That's
fluid
beautiful.
as well. So you will see more fluid pieces come from me. I have a lot more, but depending on the color, trying different mediums to make it the type of flow that you want it to be is also tricky.
Yeah, I can imagine, especially with anything that has to do with liquid paint or paint in general. It's like you have an idea of where it's supposed to go, and it starts going the other way, and you're like, hold on.
Exactly.
But I love that.
Exactly.
That's a really beautiful piece, and I feel like you could do it with a modern style of living. So like very minimal, and then something like that would
Yeah.
really be a beautiful pop or centerpiece. Okay,
Yes.
so
One of
what's the next
mine is
item
like
you have?
very blue.
Said
Sorry. One
what?
more time. One more time.
Oh no, I just said what's your next item that you have for us?
Yeah, for sure. So in February and March, I worked with texture. I tried a bunch of different types of texture. So this is what came out of it, and it matches the piece behind me.
Ooh.
So it's very like raised and everything. Again, this is also home paint.
Hmm.
But it was very fun to play with texture. Again, brings out, that childish whimsy of being messy. It's almost like playing with Play-Doh
Yeah.
and things like that. So it was very much fun to play with. It was a little tricky to figure out which type of like texture itself works best. So I actually went through, I think, 4 different types of texture. And I went to the
Hmm.
Home Depot, and that was very helpful. But I like this one a lot. I truly, truly enjoy texture. I think I made 20 to 25 pieces during February and March. As you can see, there's some behind me. All 3 of those are also texture. And it just,
Hmm.
again, just brings me something like, oh my gosh, look what I made. Like, you can feel it. And I had a show, and everybody just wanted to touch it. And it's like, oh, that's so cool. So I actually sold one of my pieces at the show. And it was just such a nice feeling. So I really enjoy trying the different types of art that there is out there.
Yay! Well,
Yeah.
congrats to you for selling your piece.
Thank you.
It's very beautiful, and you definitely have a point when it comes to texture art. Everybody wants to touch it and run their hands through it. It's just something that's really fun that I think we don't do enough as adults. It takes us back to kids when you want to touch everything and just get a load for the texture and the way it looks one way, it feels the complete opposite. I love art like that.
Yes,
So
I love
that's
the
pretty awesome.
tactile experience. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. So, what, or should I ask? I want to ask who is your biggest inspiration as far as doing art? Where did you decide to like really start doing this, or who made you say, you know what, I think this is for me?
I have a couple different ones. So I'm gonna say my dad first, because as a kid,
Mhm.
we would like legit get those, 3 foot size coloring books, lay on the carpet and color and just have a ball. And I really
Yeah.
enjoy that. And that's what I go back to when I do paint. And then my second
Mhm.
person will be my god sister, who is an art teacher and also an artist. She lives in Lafayette, and she is the reason why I really got back into it as an adult. I
Mhm.
was in college and stressing about school, and she was like, let's take a break, let's paint. And ever since then, I go back to painting as like a great stress reliever. So those are probably like my 2 biggest people who got me into
Mhm.
it. And of course my family is very, very supportive. They own most of the pieces that I've made right now.
That's awesome. Going to visit your family member's house and then saying, "Wow, that looks familiar."
Yeah, I'm pretty sure my
But
dad has bought like 5 different pieces from me.
oh wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. And I love the fact that, you had more than one person who inspired you to kind of go down that route too. It's a cool feeling to be able to watch them do it and then to tell them like, "Hey, I decided to take that route too." So, I love that. Well, I do want to say thank you so much for joining us. And before you leave, if you could just share your business name one more time. And if you have any other information as far as like your social media, your website, or anything you want to shout out on the live, feel free to do that now.
Okay. It is Inyala's Creations. It's in my name title. I will put it in the chat once I get on my phone. But it's the same on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. I'm working on the TikTok. And I do have another show that I'm going to be in. If you're in Dallas, it's called the Pancake and Booze Art Show. It is on the 29th. So you can see me there.
Ooh,
And some of these pieces will be there. So yeah, that's what's
nice.
going to happen. Yeah.
Okay. I'll have my calendar and see because things been crazy these past couple weeks, but I will definitely check it. And then even if I can't make this one, I'll still be keeping in touch with you so that maybe
Okay.
later on I can see your schedules of your art shows because I'd love to be able to join that or just go and check it out. You know what I mean? So
Yes, for sure.
that's
I'm
pretty
waiting to hear back from other shows right now.
yeah.
And I still have pieces hanging in the mayor's office that I'm waiting to get back right now as well. So,
I'm glad we
yeah.
met because I've been trying to connect with more and more artists. I know I talked about this with Davita. She's the owner of Inspirational Crafts, the one who created this hand jewelry. But I was saying that I wanted to do an exhibit. So I want to connect with as many artists as possible because there's a theme that I've been seeing in my head for years. So I'm definitely glad we connected because I'm gonna have to connect with you again when I start bringing that to life, and then I'll have to just keep updated on your shows as well. So I'm really excited about that. And if you get a chance to, you can catch us at one of our events. I'm doing one event this year, one physical in-person event. Most of mine are going to be, online, and then I'll be doing another one next year too. But the physical in-person event is actually a networking room, and it's on the 15th, so it's actually this weekend. So it might be a little bit too last minute, but I'll still keep you updated for all the ones in the future as well.
Yes, please. Yes, yes. Yeah.
Yes. All right.
Thank
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure talking to you tonight, and I hope to see you again.
All right. Thanks, y'all.
Yes. All right. So we're moving on to the next business owner tonight. And let me see. All right, guys. She will be in the comments sharing her information as soon as she gets an opportunity. So you guys can go follow her and learn about her art and all of those great things in the comments. I'm going to go ahead and move on to our next business owner. Hello, hello. Oh, I can't hear you. Oh, you're on mute. You're on mute. Whew.
Oh, hi everyone. Happy Thursday.
Hey, hey, hey. How are you?
I'm doing well. It's been a good show so far. You have a lot of information to give.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. So, why don't you share with us, introduce yourself and tell us why you decided to start your business?
Yes, my name is Esther Jones. I'm an author. I'm a business owner. I own Integrity Promotions. So I do public relations and promotions. I'm also a book writer. A ghostwriter too, to help other people and a speaker. But I started my business out of just compassion for others. I don't like to see people going through their struggles alone. So I write about it. I write about what I've struggled with. My past is the entertainment industry. So I write about subjects. I talk about subjects that most people shy away from, or most people are afraid to talk about. But everybody's going through it.
I love that, and I love the fact that you're creating a place for that because anyone who's creating anything, whether it's art, whether it's content, whether it's an event, it definitely creates a safe place for people who feel that filter. There's always a filter on people. Like even if you walk up to someone and you say, "How are you?" Most of the time, they're not going to tell you how they're really doing because we have this mental filter of I can't be real with anyone and I have to go home and carry all of that. So I love that you're creating that place. That is definitely one of my goals to create that place and find that balance. And it's funny that you brought that up because I was just talking to Davita in one of our meetings and I was like, you know what? In the podcast, in one of our podcasts, one of our business owners, she started to she went off. She really went off. She was giving you some good information, but she was giving it to you raw and straight. So it might have hurt somebody's feelings that day. And in the moment, I was like, oh my God. But then I was like, you know what? This is what we need. We need a place where people can really be honest and say how they're feeling, whether it's good, whether it's bad, whether it's, a little tough. Sometimes people have to be able to do that because what is it when we come to a world where people are not allowed to express how they're feeling about things and what they're going through? So I really love that you brought the topic up.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so now that you shared why you decided to start, why don't you share a little bit of information about your book? Tell us about your book and tell us some of the inspiration that was behind it.
Yeah, so I wrote a book. I'm actually an author of 7 books, but this is my first baby. It's called The Force Behind the Stars, if y'all can see that, by Esther R. Jones. That's me. As you see, it has the red carpet and the hands that's holding your backstage pass. So I wrote a book about my life in the entertainment industry. I started as a 19-year-old. I always say very, very naive 19-year-old out in St. Louis, Missouri with Nelly Inc. under his bridge. So Nelly, the rapper. And I went on to work with, just do a lot of parties with Bone Thugs and them, club promotions, party promotions. And I got into strip club promotions. And then I was just so greedy. I got into pimping women and just the whole lifestyle that goes along with the entertainment industry, which nobody really talks about. You know, the women that are like in sex slaves, that are in strip clubs, in the brothels, they like big mansions, but they're just brothels. So into prostitution. So that's what I wrote about. I wrote about how crazy it was, how I seen 6 murders. I wrote about the mental torment that nobody talks about, how they're fine on camera, but behind stage they're doing cocaine. You know, we have the deaths, the suicidal deaths, like Whitney Houston, Robin Williams. I wrote it for those people who are suffering in silence, and nobody ever talks about what really goes on before the red carpet, before they put on the makeup. Yep, it's called The Force Behind the Stars.
I really do like that. And I also like some of the topics that you're talking about. The first one, you know, the fact that people don't understand there's a whole nother life that goes behind keeping up these images. And I think that a lot of times this was something that I kind of experienced working in, even though it's a completely different field, working in the corporate environment. A lot of times people are just so busy and focused on numbers, results, and they completely forget about the well-being of their team and the people that are supposed to be supporting them. And that's where you have these people that are doing great numbers wise, but then you're seeing some really terrible things happening to people around them. So that was one thing that definitely encouraged me when I left that corporate environment. When I start my own business, what's going to be different, what we're not going to do, you know what I mean? Because we are still humans, regardless of how people try to dehumanize celebrities or people that are that they see a lot that they don't really know like that. They are still humans, and they still are going to make human mistakes, and they're still going to have human emotions. And then you touched on so many different topics that I like you said, people don't want to talk about it, but we have to talk about it, because it's like I really feel like we do ourselves a disservice when we try to pretend as if it's okay that we have an issue with talking about these things. I think it's a big issue when we're not able to address things and you feel uncomfortable having a discussion about real life things that are going on. There's a disconnect there. And a lot of people don't acknowledge that enough. And I was just talking about this too with another individual, because we were just discussing how, you know, it's unfortunate, but a lot of people feel weird about being honest about how they're feeling. Like I was just saying, if you ask someone, how are you doing? They don't really want to tell you how they're doing. Even your friends, people that are close to you. And it's because we've created a world where you feel bad being honest about your emotions. And although I've always been a believer that there's a time and a place to get down to business and knock stuff out, but you have to have an outlet at the same time to be human and let out how you're feeling and have somewhere where it's safe to be yourself and let out your experience. So I really do love that you're talking about this. And then there was another thing you said that really stuck with me. It was towards the end. It was, how people are before they get to the red carpet. So what their life is actually like through that experience. So when you were writing this book, did you have issues with maybe people afterwards? Were there relationships that were severed after you wrote this book? That's my question.
I actually gave Nelly, because, you know, he didn't know I was writing the book. I actually gave him the book right after Nipsey Hussle died, right? Because I talk about the stuff like what happened with Nipsey Hussle. I talk about the black men killing each other. I talk about, you know what I mean, what happened to the Quavo's name out in Houston, how he got shot in the head. And so it's kind of like unspoken. Everybody knows that it's true. But if they acknowledge that it's true, you talked about the backlash and how with the feedback, then they would have to stop doing what they're doing. Does that make sense?
Yep, that makes perfect sense.
We're gonna have a relationship like, I mean, they knew me back in the VIPs in the studios I smoked with them. We did drugs together. So they know what I'm saying is real. But for me to actually endorse it or for me to kind of get behind me, you know, or really accept this, I'm going to have to do some self-reflection in the mirror.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm exposing what y'all do every night at the concerts.
Yeah, definitely the accountability aspect.
Yeah.
Like you, that's a perfect way to put it. Like once I've acknowledged that there's an issue here, now I'm accountable. I can't pretend. I can't say no. You know?
Yeah. So those who want to start to grow up, mature, we about to do stuff positive. We about to kind of reevaluate how we do everything in the entertainment industry. The relationships have become stronger. But those who still making millions off of the girls shaking, they twerking, of course they not gonna like.
Yeah.
But
you know I have to ask.
Yeah. So I'm really in a situation, but I got the personality and I got what it takes to be bold and stand up because there's so many other people suffering in silence that it's not about one rapper or one artist, or I'm talking about the industry as a whole, y'all. Yeah. We need a lot of help.
I love that. I definitely think that there's another artist too who had a very inspirational book, so I'm gonna have to add you to my list of reads. But I love the fact that, you know, you're wanting to have those conversations because, like I said before, people just don't want to talk about this stuff. Thanks for joining us. Charlie said, say it again, Katan. And she said, to know better is to do better. That is very true. So that there's a lot of stuff. I mean, we can't spend the whole night talking about it, but we could just go from the beginning of the conversation of why it's so normal, to the point where when you hear about these things, people are not really shocked. You know what I mean? When you hear about someone passing, even if you are shocked a little bit, are you really shocked when you go back and you listen to their music and you listen to what they went through and you listen to the lawsuits that they were going through where nobody really stood up or said anything about it, or you listen to how people degraded them for being honest about their experience and what they went through? It's very hard to come up and talk about what you went through, because sometimes there's a lot of people out there who basically want to put you down because they're too scared to stand up and say, you know what, this isn't right. So I like the fact that you brought that up. It's the accountability factor. It's like, once I see this and it's been brought to light, there's no unseeing it. That sounds like something my mother would say, because she makes me laugh so much. But, you know, when we were younger, when we were children, we made mistakes. But when you get older, you know, she might see something or hear something and she's like, look, if you go through that, don't act like I didn't tell you. Don't act like you don't know, because you had these, you know what it is. And even if you made a mistake one time, you have been told before, you have the tools, they've been placed in front of you. What you do with them now at this point determines your character at that moment. Doesn't mean you always have to be that person, but if you choose to keep going down that route, you're choosing to keep being that person. So I really do love that you bring that to light, because it's a hard topic that people don't want to talk about. Accountability is not a topic everybody wants to talk about.
Yeah. It's so funny that I was at the Essence Festival in 2019, and I met up with Blac Chyna.
Mm-hmm.
Black. I forget. It's Chyna Black, right? Yeah. So I
said, I think you were right the first time, Blac Chyna.
Oh, Blac Chyna. Okay, yeah, I get mixed up. But yeah, I met up with her and I gave her my book, and everybody's like, oh, you know, want autographs and want to buy her lip gloss. She was like showcasing the lip gloss, and I just looked at her and said, you know, you're not supposed to be exploited. You're not supposed to be a woman who use other women, or you're not supposed to be used. You're supposed to heal other women. And tears just swelled up in her eyes, and she was, you know, she's about to cry, but I know we were like in front of everybody on set, you know, at the Essence. And 2 years later, now she's living a whole different life. So that makes it worth it for me. For one to come out, for 10 to come out, for 100 to come out. For them to kind of realize their worth and like, oh, what the entertainment industry, Hollywood is pushing me to be, I don't have to be. And that's not, if I don't agree with it secretly, you know, if I hate it secretly, then let me show on the video that it's not who I really am. Because most of these celebrities live double lifestyles. It's not who really they portray to be.
Oh yeah, don't even get me started on that, because I was just talking about this with my mom, because you know, I have a lot of different friends. We listen to a lot of different music and stuff. And somebody was playing like some song. And he was like, yeah, smoke that, drink that, drink that. I said, that boy does not smoke that. He does not drink that. And he doesn't even drink alcohol. So cut that off.
Wow.
You over here, you know, you listen to this music. You think you're in this lifestyle with him. You're in the trenches. He's not in the trenches. He doesn't do alcohol. He doesn't smoke. Okay. He said it in an interview. So everybody who's listening to that music and you're just nodding your head while you're sipping on whatever you're sipping on, just know you're sipping alone. I just got to tell you. I was like, you're sipping by yourself. So as long as you're not sipping because he's sipping, then you're good. Right. If you're sipping for your own reasons, then sip away. But if you're sipping because you thought y'all was in it together, you are alone, sweetie. So right. I definitely understand that. Like, people will have you saying one thing and then they will be doing a completely different thing. And I definitely, that's been my motivation with everything that I do. Like, everything that I put out, I want it to be something that I truly believe in, stand behind, and I know this is how I see. So when people hear me speak, they hear the passion whenever I'm talking about what I'm talking about, because it's real. But when you're doing it so robotically, so normally, it's easy to make it look like it's real for people. And we have a responsibility as influencers, as anyone that someone is looking up to be honest about what it is that you're putting out. So don't say you want to look like this or you want to be this, when in reality, it's hurting you or you're not feeling good about it. Because I think that the industry comes with some very unrealistic standards of women and men that have now created this superficial environment of living for people in general. Like, let's see, because there's so many different examples, but I think I remember, let me try to find one that's very specific that I just thought was crazy when I heard this. Let's talk about, you know what? Let's talk about shaving. This is a topic that so many people are controversial about, right? Women feel bad for having natural hair on your arms, on your knuckles, on your legs, because they feel like they have to shave. We see these music videos, we see these people, and you don't see any hair. It's not normal, right? But guess what? A woman is going to have hair. It's just going to happen. It doesn't matter what part. You're going to have bushy eyebrows. You're going to have hair on your arms. Some women don't have as much hair. It depends on your testosterone, your estrogen production. But there's going to be women out there that have that naturally. But for some reason, we're in this world where I have a friend who she just won't step out the house if there's even an ounce of hair on her arms or her legs. And I'm like, that's just crazy to me, because it's natural. Why are we doing that? Why are we creating these standards for ourselves? Because at one point in time, it might be different now, but at one point in time, men were able to have hair and that was attractive and people are okay with that. But women were still not comfortable having hair and being natural. So we have this whole image of like what perfection is or what beauty is, and it's not realistic at times. That's just one very small example, but there's so many unrealistic standards that the industry has placed on women and men, and it definitely affects people, but people don't want to talk about it. They just want to pretend like it's cool and it's okay until it's not. And everybody's surprised at, you know, how people end up. So I really do like that, you know, we're having this conversation, because I think that it's a topic you would assume everyone would get a little piece of this wholesomeness, but everybody does not get that kind of exposure. And everybody goes through things and processes things differently. So it's a very important topic to me. It's definitely something that my mother discussed with me too. So I do want to say thank you so much for bringing that topic up and sharing your book. And if anyone is interested in reading her books, you can drop that information. If you could just lift it up one more time. And could you tell us the name of it again?
It's The Force Behind the Stars by Esther R. Jones.
Nice. And I love the actual art on the book. That's nice. Okay, guys. So now you have seen it. You can go check that out. And Esther, you are more than welcome after this live to go ahead and just type all your information so everyone knows where they can find you and connect with you. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I feel like we were able to talk about some really important and real things.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. Blessings on your business.
Thank you so much. You have an amazing night, and I will be talking to you. Hopefully, I'll be checking that book out soon.
Okay, awesome.
All right. Okay, everyone. So that was another awesome business owner that we had tonight. I did have one more, but I don't know. We might be having some technical difficulties, so I got to make sure that they're on and ready to go before we announce. But I am going to move forward with celebrating some other awesome businesses in our directory. So let's see. Let me pull this up. Oh, and I need to shout out these brands that I just realized just popped on. So hello, Charlie. Hello, Justine. Thanks for joining. We have Charlie from ckdhomestaging.com. If you need your home staged, decorated, or if you're just trying to decorate your space, you could check them out. CKDHomestaging.com is the place to be. I'm also a brand ambassador for this brand, so you can actually get $25 off if you mention the Boss Babe Business Show or Boss Babe blog. Then we have Justine, who is coming from Juicy Malunji Cosmetics, aka www.juicy.us. But instead of juicy, like how you would spell juice, it's going to be JUSY. So you can find juicy.us. You'll find some natural skincare, natural hair care. I absolutely love their natural hair care. And I actually used it to braid my hair down for my protective styles. So you can check them out at their website. Let's make sure I'm not missing anything. Oh, and if you decide to shop with Juicy Malunji Cosmetics at www.juicy.us, JUSY.us, you can use the coupon code BOSS, KBOSS, capital K, BOSS, all caps, and you're going to get $10 off of a $40 purchase. So get to $40 before tax, get $10 off. So there you go. Let me make sure I'm not missing anybody else in these comments. I think that I pretty much have everybody, but if you do have any other questions on anything that we've shared tonight, please let me know. Thank you so much for sharing your information in the comments, business owners. You guys can go follow them there. Let me shout out the brands that I have for tonight so we can go ahead and get ready to end, because I have 2 more events tonight, so I got to keep it rolling. All right, so I'm shouting out What the Sale. WhatTheSale.net is a discount store. They're providing discounts and promotions for anyone that loves discount items, but still a great quality. So low prices, great quality. Cool thing about them, everything is going to be $1 for shipping. So you pay $1 per item for shipping, and everything on the website right now is $9.99 or cheaper. So check them out. Then we have Juicy Malunji Cosmetics. I just got done talking about them. They're providing skincare, hair care. One of my favorite items from them is going to have to be their scrubs. I absolutely love their scrubs. They're gentle, but they exfoliate your skin. And then her skincare is natural. So she's all about providing natural products. If you are a fan of African Black soap, that is currently her top seller. The next brand that I'm shouting out is CKD Home Staging and Designs. So this brand, like I said, they stage homes. They also decorate as well. So depending on what you're looking for, they can assist you with both of those. And then the next brand that I'm shouting out is Angela's Healthy Living LLC. So if you are looking for a wellness coach, a meal planner, someone to assist you with that or get you some healthy snacks and drinks, then you're going to check out Angela's Healthy Living LLC. Right now, her wellness consultations are what's trending. And if you want to become a wellness ambassador, you can get a wellness ambassador box sent to your home. All right. Then we're going to have Peachy Beauty Collection. So that is the eyeshadow that I am actually repping tonight. Peachy Beauty Collection is a brand that provides makeup, and they have eyeshadow, lip gloss, lipstick, sponges to cleanse your face and wipe off your makeup. So many different products available at Peachy Beauty Collection. So you can check them out as well. And then you can also use my coupon code, all caps, GLAMK10, to get 10% off of your purchase as well. So I'm just throwing that out there for anyone. Let's see. Let me make sure I'm not missing anybody tonight. Okay, so those are the 5 business owners that I'm shouting out. If you are a business owner and you would like to be featured in our business directory, or you know someone that would like to be featured in our business directory, make sure you head over to bossbabeblog.com. It costs $30. It starts at the cost of $30 for 1 year, which is $2.50 a month. And I will be advertising and promoting your brand. So I'm just going to share some of the benefits that you receive on the side if you decide to become a member of our business directory for anyone that decides they would like to join. Number 1, obviously, you'd be featured in our directory for the entire year. And actually, let me just drop this. Okay, so let's start with depending on the business that I'm promoting. So if you are a business to consumer brand or you're promoting a business to consumer product, then the price would be $2.50 per month for 12 months, which equals $30 for 1 year. So I'm going to drop the link to that for anyone who is interested in being featured in our business directory. Right now is definitely the time to join. We have some amazing directory. So number 1, you earn eligibility to win our $350 end of year grant, which means that you have an opportunity to participate in that. Number 2, You gain access to our complimentary Boss Networking Group, which means you can network with other business professionals that are in your area and out of your area who are also looking for U.S. business owners. Number 3, you win eligibility to be featured in our blog and posted in our Boss, if you post your information in our Boss Networking Group. So right now, I featured over 20 to 30 different businesses in my blog, and I'm extremely excited about that. The blog has reached over 1,000 viewers. We have 1.4K thousand views. It's really exciting because it's just growing and growing day by day. Last month, we had 587 views. This month, we'll have even more. So if you would like to have a chance to be featured in our blog multiple times, not just once, become a member of our directory and post your products in my group. Because when I create my blogs, I go straight to my group, and that's where I select the content for my blogs. So the last thing that you receive is access to our free and paid events. So now that I shared all of that information, I just want to say thank you to everyone who joined me tonight. And I'm actually going to go ahead and get started on getting ready for our next event, which is Aromatic April. If you would like to join me, you can hop off of this live and join me at the next event in this same business page. But let me drop that information. Well, actually, I don't need to drop it because I'm going live. Hello, Shay. Thanks for joining. Oh, you are so sweet. I hope that you're doing well. We just got done ending, but I am going to shout you out since you got here. So I'm shouting out Shay tonight. She is Shay Lee Watson, and she is the owner of Twisted Souls LLC. So she is providing so many different services that are targeted towards healing, but she also has services and products that I didn't even know about until I started to follow her network. So Shay is the owner of Twisted Souls LLC. She is a Reiki master. So if you're looking for Reiki healing and you need those services, she provides that. She also has mobile services. She also provides crystals. She also provides tarot readings. So if you like any of those things that I just listed, she is doing that. And then if you catch her on live, sometimes she does affirmations and she shares inspirational messages with people as well. So this is another awesome business. And she's also the first spiritual brand to be featured in our business directory, which is extremely exciting. So thank you so much for joining, and thank you for all of your support, Shay. And thank you everyone who joined me tonight. Make sure you check out our Instagram because I am posting pictures of this cute hoodie and these products that I'm repping tonight. And I will see you all soon in our next event. Thank you. Thank you. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and play my theme song, and then I'll see you at the next event.